Now, to Victoria, who you would think I would like to say is the worst government in Australia, but they were recently running a surplus. This mob in Queensland are terrible. So Dan's bubble is being burst. Now, remember, I was the first, and I told you this last night, I'm glad everyone else copied and jumped on the bandwagon, but wasn't it amazing that, like, for a whole 24 hours, all the reporters didn't tell you the truth? The curfew is going to go until at least the end of October, because here's how it works. 30 to 50 cases a day, you get a curfew. 5 cases a day for 2 weeks. Most people can go back to work, but not everyone. And if there's no new cases for 2 weeks, which hasn't happened in months and months and months and months and months, that's when you can get your hair cut. Epidemiologists, smarter brains than I, have stepped forward to say the bar is set way too high, almost impossibly high. I would suggest because, of course, this bloke knows that he can have control over Victoria. He was given a blank cheque, and never forget it. Never vote again for the Animal Justice Party, the Greens, or the Reason Party of the future Andrews staffer. Remember, that was what she was going to do once she lost potentially her place in the upper house, Fiona Patten. Instead, she found a way to get back in. They sold you out, which means this bloke is cashing his blank cheque. But the epidemiologists say, sorry, this system doesn't even stack up by global standards, let alone anything else.
Well, I think it'll be very difficult. This has got quite hard numbers to get from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, and not likely achievable on the timeline that's put down.
And just to stay loyal to the adage that you should always get a second opinion from a doctor, here's another epidemiologist talking to 3AW today.
You don't need to keep us in stage 4. You just need to have a really smart path that keeps elimination suppressed but starts to open up. And then you get the best of both worlds. You've got people on board, good compliance, and that's how we wrap up, the end of this tale.
Thankfully, there were some examples in the media outside of this channel, outside of the Herald Sun, outside of the Australian, who actually decided to push back, because Daniel Andrews thought that he could go on some sort of softy sales tour. He thought that he would be able to go onto Triple M Breakfast this morning, dumb it down to talk to an FM audience, get cheered along by one of the hosts, but Luke Darcy wasn't going to have any of it. Well done, Luke Darcy, for showing balls and standing up to this bloke. Here's part of what he said today on Triple M this morning while interviewing the Premier.
You've had a letter written by 500 medical experts in this town who are at the coalface day-to-day, Premier. Not 5, not 25, 500 medical experts who are saying to you, there is a better way, Premier. There is a more humane way. You can do this. You can get out and have a message. We were looking for nuance and sophistication yesterday and hope. I wanted to see a plan that said Victoria can live with this virus better than any state in the world. Instead, we got more barbaric lockdowns.
Well done. Sorry, I'm more comfortable giving press conferences and being rude to people. It was an excellent interview. Well done. Go to the Triple M website, and well done to Luke Darcy for that. Also, old mate Koch this morning. Well, he was given, supposedly for an advertorial, the Health Minister of Victoria, but that didn't work out either.
You're not going to eliminate it. New South Wales fluctuates between sort of 5 cases a day, sometimes in the low teens. Bring it down. They manage it. They keep businesses open. They keep kids at school. They keep the economy going, and more particularly the mental health of New South Wales citizens. You're going way more hard-nosed on this.
Well, Koshi, this is designed in accordance with the expert advice from our public health officials.
No, but not the national.
That we've
You've
received.
gone rogue. You'll just make all this up yourself.
No.
Well played. A little bit of resistance. See, we were first on it weeks and weeks ago. Others catch up, but there is the virus of common sense that is starting to spread. Active cases are growing on that front.